in our example, we were running all the examples from the user interface. This is the user interface where we have created our project, and we have added different samplers, we have added the CSV file, variables, etc. And then what we were doing, we were running it from here. Now the problem with running from the UI is that it takes lot of memory space, and if number of threads are more, say I want to run 50 threads, then lot of memory resources will be utilized, and it may hang up your system. Okay, to make the execution fast and to reduce the memory size and to run multiple large number of thread groups, large number of users you want to run, so it is preferred that you should use the command prompt to run the your project. If I go to the JMeter, if I go to the JMeter website and I go to the documentation part, so this is the document for JMeter. Here if you see load runner testing, so here it is it is written over there, don't run load test using UI mode, and you should run it by using non GUI mode to increase the Java heap size, to make it more uh, fast, and to increase the number of users. So we should run our code by using the non GUI mode. Okay, so that's what we will be discussing. So same project for pet store which I was running from my test plan, and I was running from here. So same project now I want to run without this UI. Okay, so what I'm doing, I am minimizing it, or you can close it also, no problem in that. And I will go to my command prompt cmd and go to the bin folder. Okay, of JMeter. So where you have installed your JMeter. So this is the JMeter directory, and I have gone to the bin. Copy the path up to the bin. Go to the command prompt and cd means change directory, and come to this location, this one. Okay, and in this location we have to write a command. Okay, that is running JMX file from the command prompt, and I want to generate the HTML report also. Okay, so we have to go to the bin first. This is the location, and then JMeter dash n means that is I'm running a new test dash t, and then we have to give the path of my JMX file. So I have saved my project over here, JMeter examples, and this is the pet store.jmx file which I want to run. So you can copy the path from here and the name of the JMX file. Okay, that is I'm running it using the non GUI mode. JMeter dash hyphen n hyphen t and the path of your GMX file which you want to execute. After that, I whatever the report is generated, I want to like there is an aggregate report or there is a this and a tree report. I want to extract that data and I want to store it in a CSV file. Okay, so I have to give the path of where I want to store the CSV file. Okay, so for example, I want to store it inside this path only. C users Parag Saxena desktop JMeter examples. Here only I want to store. So what I will do, I will give the path again like this or इसको, and what we will do, I will make one folder inside this JMeter by the name of say, okay, by the name of say uh, pet store, any name you can give, and in this pet store I want to make one CSV file. You have to give the name of the CSV file, and this CSV file should be blank. If it is created, already created, then it should be blank, or otherwise it will create the new CSV file. So pet store slash pet store slash, for example, report 1.csv. Now this report 1.csv it will create. Right now in my pet store it is empty. Okay, so it will create this CSV file. If this report file is already created, then you should delete and then run it again, or you should be or this CSV file should be empty, otherwise it will give you the error message. Okay, now I want the HTML report also with CSV. That is the output dash e hyphen o, and again where you want to give the HTML report. So I will take this folder only, that is I want the HTML report at this location only. Okay, so if you see what is the step, first of all we have taken my control to the JMeter bin directory, and on the command prompt I am writing this command JMeter hyphen n space hyphen t and the path of my GMX file which I want to run. GMX file you have created on GUI, but we are not preferably running it from here. It should be non and a GUI mode. And if you want, now this is optional, hyphen L. If you want to generate the CSV file for the report, then you can give the hyphen L and the path of the CSV file. This CSV file it will create. So this should be blank, or if this CSV file is already created, it should be empty. Otherwise it will give you the error. Then hyphen E hyphen O and again the path where you want the HTML report and enter. Okay, there is a problem. Why this is there is a problem? Uh, okay, so there is a problem because here there is a space. If you see, uh, it is taking unknown argument Saxena, because here there is a space in Parag space Saxena. So what I will do, I will go to my D drive here, and in D drive I will create a new folder, say by the name of pet store. Okay, and I will copy this path, pet store. So there should not be spaces in between. Like Parag Saxena, there was space, na? So I've created this folder pet store in my D drive. I will run this command again. I will change the path. So JMeter is fine, hyphen N is fine, hyphen T is fine, and this is the path of my unknown. Okay, there is a problem with this. Okay, Parag Saxena here. I have to more. I will run some another program, not this one, because here it is having the space. So what I will do, not this program, I will open another program, so which is available in some other, say D. So this is a example I am running from the this one only, GUI only, to check whether it is running or not. We can add the listener, say tree listener. So you can add multiple listeners also. For example, add listener, view results in a table. So I'm adding one more. View result in a tree, view results in a table, and again I'm adding aggregate. Okay. So right now I'm running it from the UI. So okay. So this is the example of we have done before, loop controller and while controller. This is the same example I am running. But this example I am running from where? From my UI. So now I want to run the same example using the non UI. So we have created this folder pet store, and this is my while controller.jmx. So now this is, I'm removing this path, because that path is having the space, not it was having the problem, and now I am using this one. Okay, so now I am running it from the D drive, and there is no spaces .jmx. And now I want to generate the CSV file where here pet store. And then again I am giving the output in the same location. So now it is same output you are saying, getting that how many times it is running whatever summary 22 times, because we are using loop controller, and it is end of the test. So it is executed from the non-GUI mode. And now if I check in my pet store, this one, so here what we have this report1.csv, this file. I have given the path report1.csv. So if I open it, so it has added the report over here, that is timestamp, label, you can increase, response code is 200, http type of a request is there in that way, thread name. Okay, so everything is recorded over here in the CSV file. And this is my HTML report generated. You can charts, different type of charts are available, thought output, latency, everything is available. So this is a report formally generated in the HTML format also. One more thing, if you are running from the UI mode, and for example in the this tree, or in the view result table, this is a view result table or an aggregate report. Okay, so if I want to store this aggregate report somewhere, so you can also give the file name here also.
सर वो टेबल वाला दिखाना जरा कैसे किया था, वो एक देखा नहीं मैंने, टेबल वाला अभी दिखाया था ना आपने, ग्राफ और टेबल.
Right click,
हाँ,
add
add
listener, and in
listener.
listener there is a view results in a table.
ओके, ठीक है,
Aggregate report.
ओके.
And
नहीं
the
अभी आपने
different.
किया ना, इंडेक्स में दिखाया था ना, सब इंडेक्स में सब दिखाया था ना, वो बोल रहा हूँ.
Okay,
वो वैसे आपने
तो
जनरेट की।
this one is generated from this command
ओके।
dash e dash
ओके।
o,
ओके।
and the path where to generate the HTML file.
ओके।
Hyphen e hyphen o is the output where
ठीक।
this HTML file you want to generate. This one.
ओके।
If you
मतलब
come
आपका डी ड्राइव का लोकेशन
if
लेना
you
पड़ेगा,
if you
जो भी
come to the
लोकेशन।
notepad, no, any location, but there should not be space in between.
ओके।
स्पेसेस नहीं होनी चाहिए, जैसे पराग और स्पॉक्स है ना,
हाँ
स्पेस आ
हाँ।
रहा था। तो anywhere
ओके।
D or E F wherever you want to save, you can save it. C drive also you can save it, no problem. But only the problem is that space should not be there. Okay. So this is the
ओके।
command JMeter hyphen N hyphen D and your GMX file location. Now this GMX file location, the problem was that it was inside Parag space Saxena. So that's why it was giving me the error. Okay. And then hyphen L CSV file you want to generate, and then hyphen E hyphen O and the report. Report means HTML report. This is the HTML report where you want to generate the HTML. Okay. Now what I'm doing is, that is, for example, one more way of doing the thing is from the UI only. When you are adding this tree listener, or you are adding this table listener or aggregate listener, so there is here, you can see over here, uh, there is a file name here. So you can give the path. For example, in the pet store, I have created this report one, control C, and I'm giving the same, and I'm giving the report, for example, uh, tree report. Extension is must dot CSV. So when I will run this now, so it will create this report in this path, tree report.csv. Again, for example, this is a table. So again, if I want to execute this one, slash table report.csv, like this. And again, for example, in aggregate file name, say, so you can also give the path when you are executing from the UI. So I have 3 reports and I've given the path, path. And when I run it from the UI, then this report will be generated at this location. But this project is running from the UI, GUI. Okay. Now it has been executed. But if I look at my pet store, so you can see tree report, table report, and aggregate report. That way also you can generate. This is the tree report. This was the table report. And similarly, aggregate report. And now, if you want to generate the HTML report also, so one way, so I've already shown you that you are writing this command JMeter hyphen N hyphen the JMX file which you want to run, and then you are saying that where you want the CSV file to be generated, and then where to generate the HTML file. This was the first command. But now the second thing I'm showing is that, for example, you have already generated this CSV file from the UI. Like here we have written that this table report, tree report is generated, and it is already generated. But is generated by the GUI mode, not from the non-GUI mode. This report one I was generating from the non-GUI mode. Okay. But another thing is that if, for example, you are running through the GUI mode and the CSV file is generated, but HTML is not generated. But so for that, you have to go to the command prompt only. To generate the HTML report, you have to go to the command prompt only, and then you have to write this command. This is when CSV is already generated. When CSV is already generated, and I want to generate HTML report. Then what we do? We write JMeter -g and the name of the CSV file which is already generated and the output. So for example, again I feel like I go to the command prompt. Okay. So I will write JMeter first of all. Okay. And then -g and then the path of my CSV file. So this CSV file is already generated. So now I am copying the path of the CSV file which is from which I want to generate the HTML, and you have to give the pet store. And for example, I want to use this tree report.csv. Okay. So JMeter -g and the path of the CSV file which is already generated. So it will not generate this CSV file. And then -o and the path where you want to generate the report. Okay. So I will say make one new folder, because otherwise it will overwrite, because it generates the report by the index name only. So it will override this one. So I am just creating one new folder, say by the name of say XYZ. So again, this is an empty folder. So I want to generate the HTML report at this location. Output. So output file name where you want to generate. So now this command will use this CSV file, so it will not create it and generate the HTML report in this location. That also you can do. And in XYZ, it was empty. Now it has also generated the index. So now this index is generated by using this CSV file. So in that way, we have discussed that using the non-GUI mode here. So we are running the J from the CMD non-GUI mode. So first approach I told you, go to the bin and write this command, path of the JMX file to execute, path of the CSV file you want to generate, and the output file you want to where you want to give.
And the second, कर दोगे क्या लाइन पेस्ट कर दोगे क्या वो जो कमेंट का लाइन है वो पेस्ट कर दोगे क्या?
कौन सा लाइन?
वो जो कमेंट जो डालना है ना अभी जो आपने दिखाया वो सिर्फ चैट पे पेस्ट कर दो ना. हाँ मैं कॉपी पेस्ट.
हाँ वो मैं डाल. ओके ठीक है. ओके.